Hi, welcome to this Excel tutorial video, and today I'm going to do a video that compares VLOOKUP to SUMIF. So on screen I've got a list of invoices here, and I've got a list of payments for the invoices. So this list of invoices are invoices that are settled. And then I've got a list of the payments here, and I want to try and work out whether the settled invoices have been fully paid or not. So what I want to somehow do is work out the payments here and compare those payments to the invoice value. So I've got this option of VLOOKUP, and VLOOKUP allows you to search a range of data for a particular value, and then based on that value to get another value from within that range. So what I want to do is I want to search for my invoice number here in my payments column and return the payment value, and then I can do a comparison to see whether that payment value matches my invoice value. So I've done a video on VLOOKUPs, which is kind of covers it in a bit more detail, and I'll put a link to that in the description of this one. But if I just do my VLOOKUP, so it says, okay, what is it you want to look up? And in this case, I want to look at my invoice number. I want to use my invoice number to get the payment value. So G3 is my my invoice number. Then I'll put a comma rather. Then it says, okay, what's the range you want me to look at in order to return other data? So I want it to look at the payments information here, which is columns A and B. And there it is. Then I'll put a comma, and then it says which column do you want to return. Well, it's the second column I want to return. And then this final one says, do you want to do an exact match or not? I want it to be an exact match. So I've got to put a 0 or false there. And I'll put enter, and then I can use my little fill handle and zoom that down here. Now, all of the payments, now I can see the payments look correct if I do a little spot check. But I can now see that invoice 22 was £270, but I've only got a value of 170. And invoice 30 was £320. I've only got a value here, a payment of 190. These invoices are settled, so am I missing £100 here, and am I missing £130 here? It looks like I'm missing money here. I'm missing kind of my invoices haven't been fully settled, even though they've been marked as. Now the problem is, my VLOOKUP will just find the first example of this invoice number in this list and return the first example of a payment, and that's not what I want. I want to summarize all of the payments based on this invoice. So I know that if I look at invoice 220, yeah, there was a payment of £170 there, but if I go down a little bit further, there's a payment there of £100. So I need to try and get the total payment value. So to do that, I need to use something called SUMIF. And what SUMIF does is it kind of works in a similar way, where you say, right, go to this column and search for this particular value, and then wherever you find this value, for each time you find it, sum the total in another column. So you don't do ranges here as such, you deal with specific columns. So here I'm going to say equals SUMIF. And the first thing you need to do is say the first column that you need to provide is the column you want to search against. So in this case, it's column A. That's the list of my invoice numbers. Then it says, what do you want me to look for? And in this case, I want you to look for this value here, which is my invoice number in this column. Then it says, okay, if I find in 0001, what value do you want me to return? And it's the value in column B. And now, if I just run this down here, you will see now here, these two, where this was 170, actually now it's 270, and where this was 190, actually it's now 320. And you can see that's what it should be, 270 and 320. So this SUMIF, it looks all the way down column A. It says, all right, I found invoice 22, it's 170. I found another invoice 22, that's 100. I haven't found any more, so I return the sum of 170 and 100, which is 270, and there it is. So VLOOKUP works depending on the type of data you've got, but if you've got duplicate entries in the column you're searching against, you need to use SUMIF. I hope that made sense. I hope you found it helpful. As ever, any questions, queries, please drop me a message. Thanks a lot for your time. I'll see you next time.